and Princess Royal KG, KT, GCVO, GCStJ, QSO, GCL.CD is the second child and only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. At the time of her birth, she was third in the line of succession, behind her mother and elder brother Charles. She rose to second after her mother's accession, but is currently 12th in line. Princess Anne is the seventh holder of the title Princess Royal. She is known for her charitable work, and is patron of over 200 organizations. She is also known for equestrian talents. She won 2 silver medals and 1 gold medal at the European Eventing Championships, and is the first member of the British royal family to have competed in the Olympic Games, and was married to Captain Mark Phillips in 1973. They divorced in 1992. They have 2 children and 3 her children. In 1992, within months of her divorce, Anne married Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence, whom she had met while he served as her mother's equerry between 1986 and 1989. Early life and education. Anne was born at Clarence House on 15 August 1950 at 11:50 a.m. as the second child and only daughter of Princess Elizabeth, Duchess of Edinburgh, and Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. She was the second child of King George VI and Queen Elizabeth. Anne was baptized in the music room of Buckingham Palace on 21 October 1950 by Archbishop of York, Cyril Garbett. Her godparents were the Queen, later Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, the Princess Margarita, hereditary Princess of Hohenlohe-Langenburg, Princess Alice of Greece and Denmark, Earl Mountbatten of Burma, and Rev. the Hon. Andrew Elphinstone. By letters patent of Anne's great-grandfather George V, the titles of a British prince or princess, and the style Royal Highness, were to be conferred only on children and male line her children of the sovereign, as well as the eldest son of the Prince of Wales. However, on the 22nd of October 1948, Anne's grandfather issued new letters patent granting these honours to any children of Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip. In this way, the children of the heir presumptive had a royal and princely status. Otherwise, Anne would have been titled by courtesy at birth as Lady Anne Mountbatten. A governess, Catherine Peebles, was appointed to look after the princess and was responsible for her early education at Buckingham Palace. Peebles also served as early governess for Anne's older brother, Charles. After the death of George VI and the ascension to the throne of Anne's mother Elizabeth, Anne became titled Her Royal Highness the Princess Anne. Given her young age at the time, she did not attend her mother's coronation. A Girl Guides Company, the first Buckingham Palace company to include the Holy Trinity Brompton Brownie Pack, was reformed in May 1959, specifically so that, as her mother and aunt had done as children, Anne could socialize with girls her own age. The company was active until 1963, when Anne went to boarding school. Anne enrolled at Benenden School in 1963. In 1968 she graduated with 6 GCEO levels and 2 A-levels. In the next couple of years Anne started dating. In 1970 her first boyfriend was Andrew Parker Bowles, who later became the first husband of Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. First marriage. On Wednesday, 14 November 1973, Princess Anne married Mark Phillips, a lieutenant in the 1st Queen's Dragoon Guards, at Westminster Abbey in a ceremony that was televised around the world, with an estimated audience of 100 million. Following the wedding, Anne and her husband lived at Gatcombe Park. He was made acting captain by the start of 1974 when he was appointed a personal aide-de-camp to Queen Elizabeth II. By 1989, however, the Princess Royal and Mark Phillips announced their intention to separate, as the marriage had been under strain for a number of years. The couple divorced on the 23rd of April 1992. The Queen had offered Phillips an earldom on his wedding day, as was customary for untitled men marrying into the royal family. Phillips declined. The couple had 2 children, Peter Phillips and Zara Phillips. As female line descendants of royalty, the children have no title despite being her children of a monarch. The Princess Royal became her mother on the 29th of December 2010 when Peter and his wife Autumn had a daughter, Savannah. On the 29th of March 2012, the couple had another daughter, Isla. Anne's third granddaughter, Mia Grace, was born on the 17th of January 2014 to Zara and her husband, Mike Tyndall. Kidnapping attempt. As Princess Anne and Mark Phillips were returning to Buckingham Palace on the 20th of March 1974, from a charity event on Pall Mall, the Princess IV car was forced to stop on the Mall by Ford Escort. The driver of the Escort, Ian Ball, jumped out and began firing a pistol. Inspector James Beaton, the princess's personal police officer, responded by getting out of the car in order to shield the princess and to attempt to disarm Ball. Beaton's firearm, Walther PPK, jammed, and he was shot by the assailant, as was Anne's chauffeur Alex Calendar, when he tried to disarm Ball. Brian McConnell, a nearby tabloid journalist, also intervened, and was shot in the chest. Ball approached the princess's car and told her of his kidnapping plan, which was to hold the princess for ransom. The sum given by varying sources as £2 million or £3 million, which he claimed he intended to give to the National Health Service. Ball then directed Anne to get out of the car, to which she replied, "Not bloody likely," and reportedly briefly considered hitting Ball. Eventually, she exited the other side of the limousine, as had her lady-in-waiting, Rowena Brassey. A passing pedestrian, a former boxer named Ron Russell, punched Ball in the back of the head and then led Anne away from the scene. At that point, Police Constable Michael Hills happened upon the situation. He too was shot by Ball, but not before he called for police backup. Detective Constable Peter Edmonds, who had been nearby, answered and gave chase, finally arresting Ball. Beaton, Hills, Calendar and McConnell were hospitalized, and all recovered from the wounds. For his defensive, Princess Anne, Beaton was awarded the George Cross, Hills and Russell were awarded the George Medal, and Calendar, McConnell and Edmonds were awarded the Queen's Gallantry Medal. Ball pleaded guilty to attempted murder and kidnapping. He was still detained under the Mental Health Act as of January 2011 at Broadmoor. The incident was the closest in modern times that any individual has come to kidnapping a member of the royal family, and prompted higher security levels for the royals. It also served as the focus of the 2006 Granada television-produced documentary drama To Kidnap a Princess, and inspired storylines in the Tom Clancy novel Patriot Games and the Antonia Fraser novel Your Royal Hostage. Second marriage. Anne married Timothy Lawrence, then a commander in the Royal Navy, at Crathy Kirk, near Balmoral Castle, on the 12th of December 1992. The couple chose to marry in Scotland as the Church of England did not routinely allow divorced persons whose former spouses are still living to remarry in its churches. The Church of Scotland did, under certain circumstances, in participating in this ceremony, and became the first royal divorcee to remarry since Victoria, Grand Duchess of Hessen by Rhine, granddaughter of Queen Victoria, married Grand Duke Cyril Vladimirovich of Russia in 1905. Like Phillips before him, Lawrence received no peerage, and the couple leased a flat in Dolphin Square, London. They later gave up this city home and now reside between an apartment at St James's Palace and Gatcombe Park. and has no children by Lawrence. Court sanctions. The only reported court sanctions the Princess Royal has was one fine of £400 for speeding in March 2001, by Cheltenham Magistrates Court. In 2002, under the Dangerous Dogs Act 1991, her dog.At attacked two children in Windsor Great Park. The Princess was fined £500 by Berkshire Magistrates Court and ordered to give Dottie more training. In both cases, she pleaded guilty. Equestrianism. At the age of 21, and won the individual title at the European Eventing Championship, and was voted the BBC Sports Personality of the Year in 1971. For more than 5 years she also competed with the British eventing team, winning a silver medal in both individual and team disciplines in the 1975 European Eventing Championship, riding the homebred doublet the following year, and participated in the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal as a member of the British team, riding the Queen's horse, Goodwill. Princess Anne assumed the presidency of the Fédération Équestre Internationale from 1986 until 1994. On the 5th of February 1987, she became the first royal to appear as a contestant on a television quiz show when she competed on the BBC panel game A Question of Sport. Her daughter, Zara Phillips, is also a keen equestrian competitor. Together with her horse, Toytown, she won individual and team gold medals at the 2005 European Eventing Championship, as well as individual gold and team silver medals at the 2006 FEI World Equestrian Games. Official duties. As Princess Royal, Anne undertakes a number of official duties on behalf of her mother, in support of the Queen's role as sovereign of the Commonwealth realms. Kevin S. MacLeod, the Canadian Secretary to the Queen, said of Anne in 2014, "Her credo is, keep me busy. I'm here to work. I'm here to do good things. I'm here to meet as many people as possible." Anne began to undertake official royal duties overseas upon leaving secondary school, and accompanied her parents on a state visit to Austria in the same year. She will sometimes stand in for the Queen at the funerals of foreign dignitaries, and resides at Holyrood Palace in Edinburgh each summer, hosting engagements there. The Princess also travels abroad on behalf of the United Kingdom up to 3 times a year. She was the first member of the royal family to make an official visit to the Soviet Union when she went there as a guest of the government in 1990. The Princess's first tour of Australia was with her parents in 1970, since which she has returned on numerous occasions to undertake official engagements as a Colonel-in-Chief of an Australian regiment, or to attend memorials and services, such as the National Memorial Service for victims of the Black Saturday bushfires in Melbourne, Australia, on the 22nd of February 2009. Following the retirement of the Queen Mother in 1981, Anne was elected by graduates of the University of London as that institution's Chancellor. Throughout May 1996, the Princess served as Her Majesty's High Commissioner to the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland, which granted her, for the duration of the appointment, a higher precedence in Scotland, and the alternative style of Her Grace. In 2007, the Princess Royal had the honour of being appointed by the Queen as Grand Master of the Royal Victorian Order, a position her grandmother had also held. The Princess Royal carries out a full schedule of royal engagements and is involved with over 200 charities and organisations in an official capacity. She works extensively for Save the Children, of which she has been president since 1970, and she initiated the Princess Royal Trust for Carers in 1991. Her work for the charity takes her all over the world, including many poverty-stricken African nations. She is also the royal patron of WISE, an organisation that encourages young women to pursue careers in science, engineering and construction. Her extensive work for St. John Ambulance as Commandant-in-Chief of St. John Ambulance Cadets has helped to develop many young people as she annually attends the Grand Prior Award reception. She is also a British representative in the International Olympic Committee as an administrator, and was a member of the London Organising Committee for the Olympic Games. She was president of BAFTA from 1973 to 2001. She maintains a relationship with student sport and is the patron of British universities and colleges. Sport. She has been patron of the Royal National Children's Foundation since 2002. She is also a Royal Fellow of the Royal Society and the Academy of Medical Sciences. Royal Fellows are members of the monarchy who are recommended and elected by the Society's Council. The Royal Society has only 5 Royal Fellows, including the Princess Royal herself, the Duke of Edinburgh, the Prince of Wales, the Duke of Kent, and the Duke of Cambridge. She is the Academy of Medical Sciences' first Royal Fellow. She was elected Chancellor of the University of Edinburgh in 2011, effective the 31st of March, succeeding her father Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, who stepped down from the role in 2010. Likewise, she accepted in 2011 the roles of President of City and Guilds of London Institute, Master of the Corporation of Trinity House and President of the Royal Society of Arts, also in succession to her father. She is also patron of Edinburgh University's Royal School of Veterinary Studies, Royal Holloway, University of London, International Students' House, London, Assad Survivors Trust International, Towns Women's Guilds and College of Occupational Therapy. She represented Great Britain in the International Olympic Committee at the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics in Russia. Titles, Styles, Honours and Arms. Titles and Styles: the 15th of August 1950 to 6 February 1952. Her Royal Highness Princess Anne of Edinburgh. The 6th of February 1952 to 14 November 1973. Her Royal Highness the Princess Anne. The 14th of November 1973 to 13 June 1987. Her Royal Highness the Princess Anne, Mrs. Mark Phillips. The 13th of June 1987 present. Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal. Princess Anne's style and title in full. Her Royal Highness the Princess Anne Elizabeth Alice Louise, Princess Royal, Royal Lady of the Most Noble Order of the Garter, Extra Lady of the Most Ancient and Most Noble Order of the Thistle, Dame Grand Cross and Grand Master of the Royal Victorian Order, Dame Head Cross of the Most Venerable Order of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem. In 1996, Anne was entitled to be called Her Grace the Lord High Commissioner to the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland. Anne is the 7th creation of the title Princess Royal, an appellation given only to the eldest daughter of the sovereign, the last holder being George V's daughter, Princess Mary, Countess of Harewood. Honours: Orders 1969, member of the Royal Family Order of Queen Elizabeth II. 1971 to 1998, Dame of Justice of the Most Venerable Order of St. John of Jerusalem. 1998, Dame Head Cross of the Most Venerable Order of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem. 1974, Dame Head Cross of the Royal Victorian Order. 1990, Extra Companion of the Queen's Service Order. The 23rd of April 1994, Royal Knight of the Most Noble Order of the Garter. 2000, Extra Knight of the Most Ancient and Most Noble Order of the Thistle. The 29th of September 2005, Chief Head Companion of the Order of Logo. Decorations 1982, P. Canadian Forces Decoration. With 3 clasps. Medals: the 2nd of June 1953, Queen Elizabeth II Coronation Medal. 1977, Queen Elizabeth II Silver Jubilee Medal. 2002, Queen Elizabeth II Golden Jubilee Medal. 2005 Commemorative Medal for the Centennial of Saskatchewan. 2012 Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal. Foreign Honours 1969, Grand Decoration of Honour in Gold with Sash for Services to the Republic of Austria. 1969, Commander Grand Cross of the Order of the White Rose of Finland. 1971, Grand Cordon of the Order of the Precious Crown. 1971, Commemorative Medal of the 2500th Anniversary of the Founding of the Persian Empire. 1972, Grand Cross of the Order of the House of Orange. 1972, Grand Cross of the Order of the Oak Crown. 1972 to 1992, or Order of the Yugoslav Flag with Sash, First Class. Appointments: Fellowships 1986, Fellow of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. 1987, Royal Fellow of the Royal Society. 2011, President of the Royal Society of Arts. 2012, Royal Fellow of the Academy of Medical Sciences. Academic 1981, University of London, Chancellor. 2011, University of Edinburgh, Chancellor. 2012, University of the Highlands and Islands, Chancellor. 2013, Harper Adams University, Chancellor. Academic degrees 2004, University of Regina, Saskatchewan, Doctor of Laws. The 23rd of April 2010, Memorial University of Newfoundland, Doctor of Laws. 2011, Cranfield University, Doctor of Science. Honorary military appointments. As with other senior royals, Princess Anne holds a number of honorary appointments in the armed forces of several Commonwealth realms. Australia: Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Australian Corps of Signals. Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Australian Corps of Transport. Canada: Colonel-in-Chief of the Grey and Simcoe Foresters. Colonel-in-Chief of the 8th Canadian Hussars. Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Canadian Hussars. Colonel-in-Chief of the Communications and Electronics Branch. Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Canadian Medical Service. Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Regina Rifles. Colonel-in-Chief of Royal Newfoundland Regiment. Commodore-in-Chief of the Royal Canadian Navy. New Zealand: Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal New Zealand Corps of Signals. Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal New Zealand Army Nursing Corps. United Kingdom: Colonel-in-Chief of the King's Royal Hussars. Colonel-in-Chief of the Worcestershire and Sherwood Foresters Regiment. Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Corps of Signals. Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Logistic Corps. Colonel-in-Chief the Royal Army Veterinary Corps. Colonel of the Blues and Rolls. Royal Colonel of the Royal Scots Borderers, 1st Battalion Royal Regiment of Scotland. Royal Colonel of the 52nd Lowland Regiment, 6th Battalion Royal Regiment of Scotland. Royal Honorary Colonel of the University of London OTC. Commandant-in-Chief of the 1st Aid Nursing Yeomanry. Honorary Air Commodore of RAF Lionham. Honorary Air Commodore of the University of London Air Squadron. Admiral and Chief Commandant for Women in the Royal Navy. Commodore-in-Chief of HMNB Portsmouth. Arms Personal Standard for Canada. The Princess Royal has her own royal banner for Canada, comprising the shield of the Canadian Royal Arms defaced with a blue roundel surrounded by a wreath of gold maple leaves, within which is a depiction of Princess Anne's cipher and with a white label of 3 points, the center one charged with a red heart and the other two with red crosses taken from her coat of arms. Other honors. In February 2015, the Princess Royal became one of the first female honorary members of the Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St Andrews. Issue: Ancestry.